Welcome, everybody. Honest Abe here. And as always, I'm here with my cohort, the man we call the GOAT, Alex. Oh, sorry, we double did it. Alex Tavella. And we are very excited for the first release of this year's Great Smoke 2026, our 20th anniversary celebration. The greatest show on earth is the theme. And we have really three legendary people that we've worked with to make something very special for everybody out there who is celebrating this epic milestone with us. And I don't think there's really a better way to start these releases than with our special guest this evening. Cut it to the wire.
Down to the wire.
Down to the wire. But he is
here.
Made us sweat a little bit, but he is here, and I'm very excited to catch up and talk with him and talk about this very special release. Please, everybody, give a very warm welcome to our beloved friend, legendary cigar maker, legendary family, Carlito Fuente Jr.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Abe. Thank you all, man. If that is, what a production, my God.
Thank you, sir.
If that is a podcast, I cannot imagine what I'm going to walk into. This is incredible. And, I got to pick a bone with you. The other night I was trying to sleep, and, every time I see you're on, or, it's William Cooper and everything, and all through my mind, I couldn't sleep. I said, the poop is coming, the poop.
Oh, Paul.
I saw that clip too.
So I was very, very certain, watching the clock ticking, doing my prayers, my meditation, whatever it is, because, I never want to let you down, or any one of you, especially the people who are listening. And I was so nervous, and I go, oh my God. And then you get this incredible production and all this. Abe, let me tell you something. I remember, I don't know the year it was, but in a parking lot. And I brought a football that no one has ever seen before from the events we do at Dan Marino.
Yeah.
And there were people there, and it was for charity, of course. And you wanted to auction off, and you were the one that ended up getting the football. And that has been you all the years. You've always been there, giving back and, spreading the love. And that's exactly what I'm looking forward to, once again, the greatest show on earth, the Great Smoke. And I just can't imagine. what I want to walk into. I'm actually very, very nervous.
I will tell you this. I really didn't hold back this year. We really went over the top from everything involved. Very proud of this milestone. I mean, this came from like less than a 300-person event. I'll never forget the first. You were there year one, and it had rained all week. Year one. I need to turn my phone off. It had rained all week, and it was supposed to rain Saturday. And then, honest to God, the sky parted around 11 o'clock, and we had this beautiful day, and the sun started beating down. And you had gotten there
late.
I really can't remember, but you were, and we were happy, but it was too hot. We had no tents. There was nothing covered. It was in this courtyard, and it was beating down on your head, and you asked me for a hat, and I went in the back room, and I was like so happy. At least I found one.
Wow.
That's
evidence how much younger you are than I am, but I don't remember the hat part. But
oh yeah, I got a picture. I'm going to post it after.
Oh please.
Yeah, I had it was an Opus X hat because the sun was beating down so much that day, and this event has many venues, now to thousands of people. We really wanted to celebrate over the top, and one of the things that we did in the digital experience, which was historical for us because of COVID and everybody being confined for almost a year at home. This is when we first came up with this concept of making TGS releases to make something exciting, and you floored us. I mean, I was happy to get anything, and you had made such a wonderful green Great Smoke box exclusively for the event, and for me that was making history. And then to do what you did this year for our event is really over the top. And we had images of it. We showed it, doing everything. This is one of probably the most beautiful boxes I've ever seen. And to think that has to do something with one of our events, and then
the red for you, and here.
Yeah.
I know you have. Let me tell you something.
Getting ready to light my.
No, wait. I know. I heard you the other day that you don't even want to crack open a box, and I know it just takes a little razor blade, but you don't dare do it. But you know what? You're gonna be minus a few boxes. They're like my children. It means so much to me. You know, I know I go back and forth. And Rich says, it's a cigar. I said, no, man, but I put my heart and soul behind this. This is something, you know, I don't know how many tickets you got left, but I want to buy them all because I want a chance to be able to get those boxes. They're absolutely, it's one of the things that you're very important to me for two reasons. Not only you've been a long time friend, and not for me alone, but for the entire industry and what you have built and what you've done over the years. But we have a person in common, which is Alan Goldfarb. And Alan Goldfarb had the highest admiration and respect for you. So much so, when I used to have this little treasure chest of these little trinkets, you know, a BBMF, and nobody has seen them, and a chili pepper and everything. I remember one day Alan came to me and said, I want to talk to you. You know, I know that that's only for charity, you know, this and that. Abe is a big contributor to the charity, but, you know, would you consider, you know, letting a few go so he has a special place where he could display them and show them and for special people? And I want to be honest with you, Abe. I know that we joke around about this. I said, there's no freaking way. I don't want to say the F word on, you know, maybe.
You can.
But yeah, I know. I hear you all the time, man. I like that. But, you know, and I said, there's no way. But he said, but at least talk to him. And then I see this man, like, to me, towering with this look and everything. And he just, you know, I was scared to say no, to be honest with you. And I remember, no. And I always joke around with Abe because, you know, he's got the biggest heart. And you go, even though we don't see each other as often, but I want to tell you what other retailers say about you and your company. You're a model for all the other retailers to follow, what you have done and what you have built. So all these things for me, in my memories and my heart, our friendship with Alan and how much you meant to Alan, I didn't want to let anyone down. I know that the other box was so special, and that was the first time I do something like that. Actually, to make a special project. And by the way, I have some saved one day, maybe for a great grandchild or something to celebrate. I got boxes. I heard the other day said you were afraid to smoke it because there were no more left. There's some left, and it's in our bonded warehouse. There's for someday, and the thing is, I can't sell them because it says a gray smoke and it's your brand. So I have them there they're just resting, and they're in cold storage, and it's for the day you want. Or if I have a great grandchild before that day, there ain't going to be no more boxes left because that cigar is a great cigar. But honestly, I really did my best with what I've learned, with my experience, with my resources and everything I had, to deliver the best cigar. I believe that people that are really, really collectors and passionate about cigars, they're going to find incredibly special, you know. And that's why I went with a bigger ring gauge, because I follow you. You're my hero, and I know you like big ring gauges. And I mean, but I'm just trying to be honest, okay? And I'm just trying to survive. But it's a bigger ring gauge. And it's a cigar that it's a cigar that I had made years ago, a couple of years. They're in the agent room. And I had a special project that I was working on and everything. And I got so many things. Last year, we dropped so many new designs and brands and everything we do in-house that I thought it was 100 boxes or whatever, 150 boxes, 200. And when you told me, it's hard to tell you no. because when you have an admiration for someone and everything, and you get to my age, and we've been together all these years, it's hard to say no. And I said, I cannot start, because I know that it was something that had to be done within a certain time. I said, to make the cigar to this, to blend, to reblend, make this cigar, I know is the winner. I know, so much so. I really hate to let them go. I'll be honest with you. I am thinking about giving you my credit card so I can keep them all, because they're spectacular. They are. And I want you to understand and know that box, that presentation. I didn't know where to go with this. I didn't know. Last time I went out of my way, and I was, not on my way, but I got involved to do the best I could. And I asked Rich Jolak to give you a call. What's the theme? What's the theme?
Yeah.
The motivation, the inspiration.
Board. We got a dream board. We send them all the.
Yeah. What's the theme? What's the dream? And in the factory, they call me the ringmaster, because I collect all these toys, and I have old toys. When you come visit, you will see in my office a toy when I was 4 years old, something my godparents gave me, or something. It's my memories, and that's what I feed off, the memories. And just like our relationship, they're the memories. And I said, no, this cigar is the ringmaster. It's the king of the circus. And I hope that there's not enough cigars to go around, but I hope everyone enjoys. It's spectacular. So much so that I really, really am hesitating at shipping them at all. I'm holding back.
Speaking of which,
no, wait! Don't pressure me. I wait till the end of the show so I could just click off, and then I could go and go run and hide and whatever. But no.
I don't know where we're at.
Okay.
But I imagine a lot of people have acquired their boxes already, and one of the things that we want to inform people, because we're not really sure, we kind of guesstimated the site, as I understand, is do we have a time frame as when we could tell people?
I'm going to be totally honest.
Yeah, we need to tell out.
But I don't know. It's being totally honest sometimes not the best decision. Okay,
it doesn't always work. I agree.
Yeah, I know. No, the cigars are they're. I went back. We made a guarantee CO. Wanted to do it different. It took time, and the colors weren't right. And I did something, and I showed you a mock-up. It wasn't right. I want to do it again, but it had to be right. And the cigars are going to be shipped from the DR next Friday. From the DR, because we ship refrigerated containers.
Right.
And all the cigars that we make, they've been packed and all this. That's why we get confused with dates, and then there's interruptions and doing this and going here and doing all this. And I know how important this is, and I don't want to throw the ball in your court that I've had a lot of sleepless nights and pressure, but it's okay. It's okay. This is what makes me tick. But we freeze everything for 1 week. We freeze the bales of tobacco when they get to the factory. We have so many different things, and we freeze the cigars after they're made, and then they're aged for 6 months, a year, depending on it. And then after they're boxed, we freeze it again. And from that freezer, we have to wait a week for not to have condensation, to get back to 55, 60 degrees. And it goes directly from the freezer in a refrigerated container into our bonded warehouse in Tampa, which is the exact temperature and humidity. So you don't have condensation and the cigar settle. So the cigars, listen, the whole factory and the whole shipping process and the meetings of all the administration has been always about the greatest show on earth and this and that. And I have a commitment. And Rich calls me, and I call Rich, and I say, Rich, I don't have the balls to call Abe. You call him and you tell him, this story about never rush the hands of time doesn't fly with Abe. Okay, we have a commitment.
It does.
But wait, I was always thinking about March, because I thought the date was March. I didn't know about this pre-show and all these. To be honest,
yeah.
But
That's fair.
But anyway, I'm willing to buy them all. Okay, I'm willing to buy them all. They're unbelievable. And if you don't mind, I would like to light one up.
We're all smoking one. Join us. All three of us.
The water's warm.
We opened one box. We opened one box that we had to use for photography from the sample.
Yes.
So we used it for the photography and the marketing. And I was so afraid to light one before because I wasn't sure if we would need another photo.
How many boxes did Rich Dolak take back personally? He hand carried them back to make sure you have them for the show.
We had them
for that one box.
No, he sent me 5 total, so I have 5 here in the office.
You know what? We got to check our accounting and our security system because he only signed for one.
And Alex and I grabbed the first 2 just for this broadcast to enjoy them.
That's fine.
And it was the first time, and from the first draw, this is starting out already as typical Opus X profile, but more
different.
And I do love this size. This was a really, I think it's a 6x58. It's girthy.
6, and it's been aged already. It was supposed to be 6 and it's 6 1/4, but it's like it's an age as close to 6 1/8 by 55 now. It was 56.
Now?
Okay. It was made in a 56 mode. I just took the cigar from the humidification and everything, and I just brought it here, and I feel it's still cool. It's still cool. So I don't know how it's going to perform because cigars like great wines, you have to let them breathe, you have to let them settle, get acclimated to their environment. It's like everything else. It's like it reminds me when I was a little boy, a teenager, and walking to a school dance. You try to find the darkest corner so you could stand against the wall until you grow the balls to ask the girl to dance, and then you don't want to leave the dance floor. And then you don't want the dance. That's the same thing with this relationship with this cigar. And honestly, I know no matter what, 20 years of what you've been doing to me is very important. And maybe I'm getting sentimental as I get older in life, or maybe the word is mature or get whatever. And I know how these milestones are so important. And I want my friends to remember that we had fun together, that we did good together. I want the people that I love to know this is something that it brings people together and it brings them happiness. And I did the best I could. Maybe it's not good enough, but it's the best I could do. I just want you to know that, honestly, from the heart.
I really don't know what to say. I mean,
now let me just see. Let me just see if I don't go running and say, "What the hell?"
No, it's amazing. And look, it's the other way around. I remember the first person who walked me up and introduced me to you was Sal Fontana, and I think about him all the time. And my whole career, I got really into the retail side of this business at the age of 26.
That's incredible.
I'm looking up to you and your father, and humbled by your presence, and even just getting to know you or talk to you. And over the years, it's been honestly an honor and a privilege just to even be able to be involved with you in projects like this, or just to have discussions with you from time to time. And I want to talk to you about even some of the great stuff you got going on, because you got a new facility. You just opened up. You're going to be the Grand Marshal of the Knights event next weekend. So you have a lot of stuff going on. So I just want to ask you a couple questions, because there's a lot of Easter eggs in this. And, I don't know if you can answer some of them or what.
Every one of them.
It's like there's tons of them.
There is tons.
One thing that I started to say, other than the cigar and everything, what it meant to me, I was involved with every detail of that design, what it meant and what had to be done, and back and forth. And remember, this was not a project. It takes me 5 or 8 years to finish a project. I start, I stop. It's not perfect. I got to go back. This and that. I'm pressured by time. This is just the way my mind works. And I could have done much better if I had more time. But every single detail is all about what it means. It's a story. It's not just a pamphlet. It's the volume of books that tells the story of the greatest show on earth. And what could accompany the greatest show on earth? Hopefully, a great cigar. I would never say the greatest cigar on earth, because I don't think that ever would exist, and we all know that. But it's the best cigar I could make, and that I honestly tell you from the heart, I'm surprised. I never find perfection in anything that I make. I always say it could be better. Always looking. No way. It's just the way it is. Like a chef.
I'm the same way. It's like never
I'm
good
a chef.
enough.
No. And you know what? I lit the cigar, and damn, I'm glad I'm the one that made it. I'm telling you, it's a good cigar. It's a great cigar. It is. But every detail on there, everything, I was involved with our in-house. We don't have outside designers. We do everything ourselves. All the everything that was, introduced last year, everything. And this was very special to me, and I wanted to be personally involved. And it took a little more time than you were hoping, but it's something that's going to be around for history. It's something that your family will remember, you will remember, everyone who attends this incredible historic event will remember. You're buying a piece of history that I just don't do, and I'm just not capable of continuing to do this often. And you pulled the rubber band. It almost broke, man. You pulled it hard, but whatever. And you know what? You're not as big as you used to be, but your voice is intimidating.
So I want to ask you a couple of questions you answer.
Sure.
Here. From the toy makers,
yes.
What does that mean? What is that something specific in reference to your projects or something like that?
All in the factory, and people nickname me a toy maker because I have all these things that are sentimental to me and toys. And I, as a little boy, I don't no longer, carry a choo-choo train or this or that. Cigars are my toys. And I was creating stuff and everything for emotional reasons or historical reasons that I wanted to commemorate or remember someone in my family, my mom, dad, whatever. And I started making all these crazy designs that didn't exist in the industry. And I was nicknamed a toy maker. And so just like everything, because you have to have a story or you have to have a meaning, or maybe for many be a fantasy. But if you believe that fantasy could be pretty damn surreal and maybe getting close to real. And I have all these rooms and all these different names and all these things. And all my special cigars, everything that I make, like the cigars way in the beginning, the PJs, I'm not going to say the word pussy juice. I will never say that, but PJs, big bad motherfucker, all these things that no one in this cigar industry back then, everything was Corona, Churchill, Lonsdale, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And I started doing these things to be able to bring attention for the charity events I used to do, and not to sell them. And if they ever were sold, it's to raise money for the charity. And I used to save them in a special vault. And they named the Toy Maker's Chest, the Toy Maker's Vault. So it became part of the story of Toy Maker. When something is very special, that it's not commercially sold, available, it's nicknamed the Toy Maker. And that was just one of the things to put my fingerprint on it. That this is something that was special for me, special for you, and special for everybody that buys that ticket that has an opportunity to get one.
We're honored. I can't, and I got to tell you right now, smoking this, I have to bring one home for my wife tonight. I know.
Brandy, remember the box of cigars that opens. So, those are the things that you still kept that box and you brought it out during that virtual thing. You brought out the box. I still have this that you gave me. Those are the things in life for a producer, for someone.
I was going to say, I know they're still in your locker, Abe.
Which ones?
The you and Brandy one.
I have the me and Brandy one. But even
that's
more,
what. Yeah.
No. Oh my God.
I have this one. Okay, this is a box. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see that. I know it was a special momentum, of course.
Box
it's got a printer.
When my first child was born, it has her name on it. There it is.
Wow. What year was that?
April 15th, 2008.
Wow.
You put the date of her birth on there. And the goal was when she turns 18, she was going to light up her first cigar. Now, I know they changed. I know they changed the smoking age, but we're grandfathering this in. When she turns 18, I'm going to break open this box and we are going to light
That's
her
beautiful.
first cigar. And that's going to be her first cigar. We're just going to start her right there.
Just start her at the top.
Start her
Yeah.
at Opus X from 2008.
Yeah, your first drive in a car is going to be your first Ferrari, you know?
Okay, well, listen, her first drive she learned to drive in a giant Jeep Wagoneer, so it actually kind of makes sense. You start at the top.
Now, this is a comment I have. This is where I keep all the stuff that I seldom want to, smoke or do. Now, you gifted me, and we get this question a lot, and maybe you could help. So on this box also is kind of another little Easter egg, and it's also on the band of the cigar, right? This XXX symbol. And many years ago, you gifted me one. I'm going to be a little embarrassed to say I didn't smoke it, but you
don't have to.
You gifted me one of these, and I still have it. I can't tell you how many years ago this was. Is there a meaning or significance to this?
Yes.
That you use pretty selective.
But give me time to make it up, okay?
Give me time to make it up.
There.
I see it throughout the years. Yeah.
This I'm smoking your cigar, but just in case this is like William Cooper's show that goes to 4 a.m. Just in case, I brought another cigar, and this is my personal cigar. These cigars, this is the original God's Whisper. I named it God's Whisper for reasons that are they're personal, but very sentimental, very deep reasons, things that spiritually touch me. And I made these cigars, selected everything, and I had one person make it for me. And he was in a special room and made all the cigars. And then FDA starts pressuring us. We had to register all the different cigars. That cigar I gave you, I don't know how many years it was, but these cigars were made 15 years ago or something. This is still, FDA comes in, you have to register all the cigar. I hope that my headquarters, all these Harvard graduates and all these, law firms, and they're not listening to me because they think that I'm crazy. All right. And I'm trying to tell them, listen, we've survived through everything. Okay? Right. And my father and I, we survived and we continue to grow. We're okay. You worry about the numbers and everything, but let me worry about the future. Let me worry about everything. This cigar, when they started with this shit, I went for years, 3, 4 years. They started, and they had I had my whole headquarters in Tampa with all these high-paid executives. They were opening with a razor blade, checking the tobacco, how much is the binder with a gram scale. I said, y'all full of shit. You can't do that. It's never going to be the same because it's like a butcher with the beef. He cuts the beef depending on what's the best flavor, where it's at, the amount of oils, fat, lean. And man, I paid a shitload of money. And then this cigar was so special to me. I was going to introduce it. I never, ever, ever. And let me tell you, my great grandchildren. So if you need more Abe, when I'm going to see you in Tampa on the 3rd, I'm bringing you this. Oh no! When I found out you were going, I had other things I have to do.
Oh, stop.
Well, no. Come on, man. Come on. What are friends for? It's not that. It's not to make you happy. It's that you make me happy. And the fact that you're going to Tampa, to support me and everything, whatever. No, wait. And I got the tickets. I'm going to Carmine's. We'll see each other. I won't be there that long. I have other obligations, but
sure.
Yeah. No, but it's all good. It's going to be a crazy couple of days. And I just get in there right before and I have to leave right after.
I can't
but
wait.
It's a huge honor. A Tampa boy, born in Tampa.
Yeah.
Tampa boy. You know who was the Grand Marshal last year? Ric Flair. Woo!
Oh, was he?
That makes sense. He's a Tampa guy. Yeah, it makes sense. He's a Tampa.
No. He became known in Tampa. Okay?
Right.
He wasn't born in Tampa. I was born and raised in Tampa, 3 generations, the old cigar capital of the world.
Look, I want to address this just once because I'm looking at this stupid insanity of people trying to get it in. We sent out an email to everybody. We posted it, and if you'll go to Smoke In or whatever, there's explicit instructions on how to get in the store. Waiting till 6:30 this evening to figure this out was never the plan. We gave everybody really good in-depth information. Tim, you need to get the reference number from your ticket. If somebody else bought your ticket, and you use that, and you get in the store from the Great Smoke page. If you need more explicit instructions, go to our Smoking Facebook page. It's all there. It's all there, exactly what you need to do to get in the store. And I don't know how many boxes are left there, if any are left.
No, there's still some left.
Yeah.
Also, if you're getting a couple people commented processing errors, that's your side. It's not our side. Everything is going through. So if you're getting an error,
whenever somebody's credit card doesn't go through, it's always our problem. But
check your CVV, check your address. One card, and
try another
why it didn't work.
Yeah,
but everything is working. So boxes are available.
Yeah,
for now.
For now.
It says live on my screen. Are people actually watching this?
Yes, you get about 150 people watching this.
Don't scare the shit out of me, man. Come on, man.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Wow. And could be more. I just, that's the number. Now, last thing I want to ask you about this box, which, I mean, the inside is honestly just as gorgeous as the outside. I mean, this is legendary. But is this the first time? Because I never heard this word until I got this box.
No, it's not the first. I've been using that word. It's not the first time, but I only use it for special events, for charities and things like that.
Wow, that's a great way to use that word. I never.
Well, you know what? With all due respect to my brother Steve Saka, who came out with unicorns, and I don't and he's my buddy, and I love him. And one of the things I'm looking forward to going to the Great Smoke is that I could give the boy a big hug. All right. I love him, his wife, and everything. But he is Steve. You remember at the event, the virtual event, whatever it was, that we were all there with masks, COVID, and everything. It was COVID, and I had gone. I gained about 30 pounds, and I'm very proud of that moment. But then we
all did.
Wait. There was martial law in Dominican Republic. The only thing you could do is order food. And I have my best friend has an Italian restaurant. I was eating lasagna 4 times a day. 4 times a night, and watching the news from New York, finding all the stuff that was terrifying me. 4 times a night and sleeping during the day. I couldn't move. It was martial law here. And then I remember, because of Alan and our good friend Alan Gofarb, who's my brother. I miss him so much.
You know, he stops by here once in a blue moon.
God bless. And let me just say something. You mentioned Sal Fontana earlier, and I don't want to change the subject, but I was speaking about Sal yesterday with Dylan, who was here. And he was telling me the story about how they used to stop, and right before he passed away, they used to, when they were in the area. And I told him the story about the coffee, about the one in what was it, 1 5/8? The
1 5/8.
1 5/8 in the coffee. And I was telling the story and everything. And that's what's beautiful about this industry, that we're all one family. We're all, hey, your stories touch me, and I'm sure my stories might touch someone else and everything. It's the humanity, it's the human aspect of this industry. And we're talking about all those things, Sal and Alan Gofarb, and it's really, I'm very grateful to Alan. And I remember that we were at the show, and going back to Steve and this and that, and everybody's like distance and covered and this and that. And I went on stage, and I was like, in the court, Michael Herclocks, who's amazing there with all the stuff doing the presentations. And you were interviewing me or asking me questions, and I'm trying to sit there, and I go, my God, man, people are probably looking at me, and I've like gained 30, 35 pounds. So I said, man, so I went back, and there's Steve Saka. He takes over the show. He's bigger than life. And he has this.
The squash. That's right.
Squash. Yeah, the squash. This and that. Wait, I don't know if you remember. And I went like that, and I went on stage, and I took it away, and I took it. No. That was
probably one of the most memorable moments of that 8-hour broadcast.
I don't know how I did that. Steve Saka is a big boy.
During his interview, and took it. And look,
crashed it.
I want to give you another little piece of recognition. And I'm kind of gonna tease this right now, because he was actually in my office yesterday, and he is so honored. I can't tell you, like, he was humbled that I asked him to do this. But there have only been 10 companies in the 20 years that have supported and been around and involved in the Great Smoke since the first year. And, you know, your company is one of them. And we wanted to recognize everybody. There's going to be a special ceremony during the Great Smoke, but we wanted to recognize every manufacturer who has been involved in this event since year one. And Carlito, when I tell you, I racked my brain. I didn't want to do a plaque. I didn't want to do a trophy. We've been talking about this before we started this project. We've been talking about ideas for months.
I hope it's not a bare chested hula hoop, because all that black that I used to have in the chest is now white and is very thin.
No, man. But I will tell you, in the end, we commissioned a dear friend of mine and a very talented artist.
Wow.
And we commissioned Matt Booth from Room 101 in his Room 101 division. He is making this amazing piece that we will be presenting to everybody. I'm telling you, I just saw videos of it yesterday because he was here and showing me, and he's so honored to be making this for everybody. That is probably, I think everybody's going to be extremely impressed. I'm proud of it. It really is an amazing piece because I wanted something to signify my gratitude. 20 years is a long time, and for a company to come every year, be involved, grow with us as the event grows, that's a lot of gratefulness. And I really want to be grateful. So we're really excited that we have Matt working on this.
Let me just add, because again, I keep referring back because I wasn't this way. As you move on in life, you start thinking about things. And you mentioned gratefulness. I've learned in life that as you go on through blood, sweat, and tears, and triumphs and pain and everything, you learn in life that the word gratitude is one of the most powerful words. The human that remembers and is grateful and doesn't ever forget where they come from, that's a beautiful thing. And that is why, Abe, I poured my heart and soul into this project. And that's it's as simple as that. And I tell you what, if 5% of the cigars that eventually someone has, if 10 tastes like this, it's gonna blow people's mind. It's a great cigar. Is it the best cigar in the world? It doesn't exist. It's a question. We all know that. But this cigar, I am surprised how good it is. I am surprised.
Just show people. I literally texted Alex a while back. This cigar is awesome. I mean, it really is. And I was just texting him privately.
It's big, but you feel the sweetness and it stimulates your saliva.
But
and it's just
starting out.
It's just starting out. It's like a circus. It's like
and
the
I
greatest
normally
show.
don't even go for a gauge this big, but it smokes so well. And I don't know. There's something with Opus too. Like, I'm not a big ring gauge guy, but it doesn't matter in an Opus. It doesn't matter in Opus though. It doesn't matter. It does not matter in Opus. It's still that wrapper flavor. It's still all there meshing. No, then this is smoking fantastic. I haven't had to touch it. I put it down. I've been working on a computer. I haven't had to relight it.
Me too.
What's amazing, I'm in what, half an inch, and this hasn't really hit the sweet spot yet. But it's like, man, I don't want to stop, and I'm worried that this show is going to stop, and what I'm going to do with the cigar. It's freezing here in the Dominican Republic. It's got to be like 72 or something. Everybody went to in the factory. Everybody today was with all these heavy jackets and all sweatshirts.
I'm wearing a fleece vest because it's cold.
I heard it was cold in Florida. But it's very, for me, when it gets cold in the Dominican Republic like this, I'm a farmer, tobacco guy. It scares me because cold weather, tobacco, and things like this is constant drop. It's scary. Tomorrow they say from, I don't know, maybe it's been down. It might have come down to 67 degrees or something. That in here with the tropical winds and everything, that's scary, and the moisture. But tomorrow is supposed to be back up to 80 degrees or something. So, you still got time. You can find a way to get here if there's an airport open.
So while I have you on, you just recently finished your brand new facility.
My brand new facility? We worked on it during COVID.
I know.
It's always changing, but it's been open for years now.
Is it? What was all the new media press I saw about it? Something just happened with it.
I don't know. I'm surprised you're not ahead of all of them.
It's hard. Listen.
I know.
I keep telling you, I'm going to come down. I'm down in business because I'm thinking about retiring down there. You know, I love the country.
You know what? It's a beautiful country. The friendly, the people are so friendly, like so many places. But everybody smiles here. Everybody says good morning, hello, thank you. It's just it's part of the culture, and it's a very special place. But the factory today, I have a group. I don't know where they're at. Where right now, I had a group of 15 people.
Half of them are watching.
Factory. They're watching.
Half of them are watching. I see a couple of said, "Hey, we're at Fuente." Yeah.
Oh, really? No kidding. I don't know. I don't see all that. But,
yeah.
But that's great, man. Hey, no, but it's special. It really is. It's special. It's like walking into history. It's like a museum, and it's a tribute to all my memories, to my grandparents, to my parents, to everybody who worked by my. It's just what I want my grandchildren to someday walk into and not forget where we come from. So much so, I even built a replica of the little wooden house that doesn't exist today in Ybor City where my father was born, and where I was taken to the next day after I left the clinic because my parents were 18 years old. And I was born in a little clinic in Ybor City, but the next day we went to live with our grandparents because they couldn't afford to have their home. They were 18 years old when I was born. My father was going to be 19 a week later. I was born on April 29th. He was born on May the 6th. And if you look at the calendar, if it's a Sunday, next Sunday's his birthday. That's how close my father and I were. And my mom was 18 years old, and she was not 19. So I was already about 8 months old. So you could imagine. We lived inside the factory in this little wooden house in Ybor City, like the houses in Key West, you know, those cigar makers' houses and everything. And it was full of love. It was filled with love. And when I came first to the Dominican Republic, remember 1980, 46 years now, it wasn't like it is today. Today, the Dominican Republic is the Dubai of the Caribbean, without question. It's just amazing what's happened here.
I think amazing. A lot.
No. It's incredible. You see all the development of hotels. So you have all the big hotels, you know, Armand, the St. Regis, you know, you have all the Hilton. I mean, you got the Ritz-Carltons. It's incredible. I just think always of my father, who's been gone now for almost 10 years, going to be 10 years.
It's been that long already? My God.
Yes, no, it's incredible. For me, imagine for me what it's like. And I just, every time I leave the airport and that all this time, and I'm looking at all I see these towers going up and glass and this and monorails being built and all these cross ferries across the river it's just incredible what's happening here.
Well, your passion wasn't only with cigars, Carlito. It's with the country. I mean, I know you probably don't want to hear, but your family, your organization has definitely been an influence on the development of that country.
Because I was the people. And even though in the very beginning, it's not today, a cigar maker has a newer iPhone than I do. He's got collectible Nikes and nobody that if you take a photo of them, they're going to say, wait, we're paying too much money for cigars. You know what? But it's changed. But when we came here, people had nothing. They came to work in flip-flops. They were in line working, looking for work. It was different. But they were kind, they were humble, and they were real, they were lovable. And I felt the obligation as an American that I remember my grandfather told me when I used to tell him all this about, abuelo, you talk so much about Cuba. Why don't you go to Cuba? And, you know, you go fight in Cuba like this and everything, like they do, like the Americans. He says, if there's any country that I will give my life for is the United States of America. And my grandfather never spoke English. He died a Cubano. But he said, you never know where destiny will take you. And when you receive with love and you have an opportunity to feed your children and build a life for your family and medicine and health and everything, you be loyal. And as an American, when I came here, I felt the responsibility that this country was good to me. They opened their arms, and I came with another mentality, the American dream. And going back, I hear Ronald Reagan in my mind. One of the reasons we were able to come here because of the Caribbean Basin incentive and everything. We had lost everything in the war in Nicaragua. And he was saying, you have to help your neighbors in this. And my grandfather told me, wherever you go, you have to give your heart. And I was grateful. And I learned through Ronald Reagan that the American dream is a way of thinking. It's a philosophy. It doesn't start in the Pacific. It doesn't start in the Atlantic. It doesn't end the Atlantic or the border of Mexico or Canada. And coming here, I wanted to bring my home here, what I learned, the old school and everything. And it took over 40 years. And today, Abe, when you return, you will see it. It's something that in my lifetime, I never dreamed there was something, but it was only possible because we built the most amazing team of professional people with their knowledge and everything. It's not me anymore. It is a team. It's not. Before it was my father and I. All the decision was done instantly. Whatever he decided, I never questioned. He never questioned me. It was done, and we used to do things off the cuff. Today, the company is organized in such a way you won't see it because everything is old school. It's covered with wood and this and that because it's decorated like a museum. But behind that, everything is digital. All the information. It's just incredible. It's incredible what I'm living today, and the only thing that I really wish for is for it to continue and people don't forget. People don't forget where you come from, and don't forget who your friends. Don't forget that, because the reason that I get inspired is because I'm grateful, as I said, and I love my friends, and that is something that I don't know. It's not, and I don't want to say it's divine, but I think the day that something happens to me, I don't think the same way. My creativity would just vanish. It would not the same. I think that it's a connection. It was my heart, my soul, and how I feel, and it's how I think.
I think that's what makes you who you are, hands down. Hands down. Yeah, Alex is doing a lot of TGS tech support, Gary.
Yeah, sorry.
A lot going on.
If I'm not looking straight, that means I'm looking at my screen making sure.
I don't see it, but I was curious if this was live. Because I see now live and all that, and I was just curious.
Oh, it's live. People
live
are
on the fly.
How many? Well, the most important thing, listen, live, whatever. I don't know if there's any tickets left, but whatever you don't buy, I'm going to buy it. So I want to make sure.
I think we're going to beat you to it. I think we're going to beat you to this. But
wait. I'm the gatekeeper.
I know.
I'm the toy maker.
Yeah, I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, please. I would never. Come on. But no, I'm excited. I'm so excited for this event. I'm so excited for you, for your family, your company. I'm so excited for all your fans and everybody who follows you, everybody who's been going to the Great Smoke and building it every year. Every year. And the stories that I hear, how, friendships and this. And I'm looking forward because I'm going to be able to, I see everybody, besides just the people who I really want to see and who really own me, who I belong to, are the fans. But I'm going to see all my colleagues. I'm going to see all the who's who of this industry. They're going to all be there. And we're there we're there celebrating. We're not there under pressure. We're not there for meetings. We're not there in, fighting the U.S. government or trying to survive. We're there to celebrate the 20th year, of the Great Smoke. And this is, to me, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing all of them. I don't want to start mentioning names because I know they're all going to be there. I'm looking forward to give them all a big hug, man. Give them a big hug. Because when you get there, I'm already sitting on the bench, so to speak, I'm just a relief pitcher now. Let these young guys go out there and work. But now as the old man, I just want to go there and walk proud, give him a hug, and say, "God bless you, son.
I
really wish the best for you."
That's what I kind of do at the trade show now. I bring my team and I get to walk around and say hi to everybody. Because look, this event, and it wasn't we named it. It's the attendees who have named it over the years. It's been dubbed the family reunion, and they love coming every year. And the family just keeps growing because people go home and tell everybody about this experience, and a lot of them will come back with friends next year, and it just gets
absolutely
bigger and bigger and bigger, and the family just keeps growing, And when I see you active, like in our smoking social group or whatever, it just shows you that because people forget at the end of the day, whether it's you or Padron or myself, even, that we're just humans at the end of the day. We're just another guy. And when I see like you get active and you're commenting and you're in the
I'm not Jay Davis, okay?
Well, that's another guy. That guy's everywhere across the map. He's like, where's Waldo? But even when you comment during KMA broadcast, I get so excited because we just forget that we do our thing, and the passion is apparent, the dedication is apparent, and like I said, I don't know if I could really put into words what this means for me in my career. To have a project like this, to have your organization to be involved at this kind of level for us is truly a milestone for me and my company and our career. And I have some surprises for you during the event at the Great Smoke. So, I can't wait for the event. I think it's going to be really one to remember for years to come.
By the way, when's the date?
March 14th. Look at him. He's messing with me.
Give Rich a call. I got a lot of shit going on, man. Give Rich a call. I got to be there, man.
He knows.
I do. I know. Listen, I know better than mess with you, but that's great. But I'm going to see you on February the 3rd and give you and your family a big hug. I'm nervous for that too. It's going to be exciting.
What are you nervous about? You're going to be great.
You're the star of the show. He's the star of the show.
No, because you're talking about, they say there's 100,000 people that come for this, and the streets are lined up and the balconies.
What I didn't know is this night's it's like Mardi Gras.
It is Mardi Gras.
It is Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras Tampa.
It's the other side of the Tampa. They talk about pirates, Gasparilla. It's a famous event where the pirates invade Tampa. This is old, like the old history. But then the night parade is a Crew of Santiago, which are the Europeans, the Spaniards, all dressed up with all this stuff and everything. And I'm going to drive in my GTO, that I've only drove it once for my birthday.
I was there in the Elvis. In the Elvis
yes.
uniform. I was there.
Yes. So, to be asked to be the Grand Marshal and be the first one and drive or walk and touch people, whatever it is, to this thing with all celebrate with all the high school marching bands and all the police department, all the floats of all the big companies and everything, to be the one that walks first in front of the mayor, to me, as being a Tampa boy born in a little wooden house with a tin roof, with roosters running, crawling underneath, to be asked to be the Grand Marshal, to me it's a huge honor. It really is. And I don't want to let anybody down, like I always say, man.
It's well deserved, my friend.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Honestly, really, really well deserved. And I'm excited. It's Valentine's Day weekend. I'm coming down there with Brandy. My operations guy, Matt's going to come down with his wife, and we're just going to have a great time that whole weekend down there. So we're excited. And I can use that little tension reliever, especially with the upcoming 60 days, because for us, this is really crunch time. It's nonstop madness, literally from now until the Great Smoke.
No, and you can imagine here, Dominican Republic, it's tobacco season, everybody visiting. Today I have, with the group, it's probably they're watching, I think that they found out to be on the show. They were in the factory today. I had visitors. You have Pro Cigar Month. It is, and I'm going to be a grandfather for the second time.
Are you?
It's scheduled for the 21st, but thank you very much. And
Congratulations.
And my grandson is 1 year and 8 months, and I always heard about all this thing. And in the beginning, it was, and now when he says, abuelo, grandfather, oh my God. And he's got Goldilocks hair, and it's like, and he starts, everything takes a back seat after that.
You know, I had Goldilocks hair when I was
Yeah,
born.
yeah. And I had real hair, real curl when I was born too. But it's life. It's life. And I didn't have to spend so much freaking money in Walgreens and CVS and everything, all the pharmacies.
You are funny.
No. Bro, you know what it is? You go to an event and they still see the iconic image of my father and I that's been around the world. It's been around the world and every airlines and every magazine and the iconic image and everything of the father and son and people. And, you know, I say, man, you know, I have to represent a company. I have a responsibility. I think that way. And now, but when I go to places, oh yeah, I'll see, how's your son doing? They think I'm the father. They think, it's, you know, that's pretty, that's scary, huh? And even though with all the money I spend and all this and coloring and all this shit I do, but now they think they say, how's your son doing? You know, people that don't know about the story, they're not, you know, my father that passed, they think I'm the old man. That's weird. I still think of myself as that teenager in Tampa playing a rock and roll band.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, look, I you know, we're just getting there. I had dinner. I had dinner last night with Lou Rothman. He lives down here.
Wow. Wait, Abe, please. I know that this is not the platform or everything, but I heard that you're going to have dinner with him, and I was going to write you. How's Lou doing? He was one of the he was the most successful retailer of the 70s, without question. The most successful. What he built an empire, and he was tough. And people respected him. And what he did, he was unbelievable. And I even had a privilege to go to his home in North Carolina, have lunch with him and his beautiful wife,
Lavonda.
Lavonda. I don't know. I haven't heard from them because they were very close to the Oliva family of Tampa, Frank and Nessa.
Yes,
and, yeah, of course.
So they're doing great. They're healthy. They had a little flu last December. They're doing great. We had a wonderful night. And as you know, it's always a night full of stories. Both of them. I mean, not just business, but their lives.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're beautiful family. I miss his writings, even though they were out there. But I miss his writings, even though they were very favorable for me. Whatever. I remember one day he wrote, he told Alan Schwartz, who was writing for Connoisseur magazine. Connoisseur magazine, that was the search of the world's best cigar way back when he's the one that coined Hemingway. Look out for a cigar called Hemingway, one of the best cigars, best cigar. And it was Lou Rothman when Alan went to visit everyone, and he even came to the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Honduras. Back then there was no Nicaragua, and no one told him that a factory next door was Fuente because we were small.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, that's how it was here. It was only 3 or 4 factories. He went to visit the big boys, and he asked them, are there any other factory I should see? He said, no, this is it. He never mentioned us. But Lou Rothman, as tough as he was an honorable and brilliant man. St. Alan was from Columbia University in New York. He went to see Lou because he wanted to see a retail, and they said he was the biggest. And he said, did you see the Fuente? They're a little Cuban family from Ybor City. They started in the Dominican Republic. Their packaging is the ugliest packaging in the world. It sucks, but they make great cigars. He printed that, and that's when it's like I gotta change the packaging. I gotta bring it to the next level. I get the arts and everything in the cigar industry. So, like every little situation in your life, how it can have he has no idea the impact what Fuentes today by those words. Oh, the packaging sucks. They're good. It was a cardboard box with just, no gold foil. It was just a simple thing. And you look back in the history, you'll see it. Now I started that statement. It motivated me. I was young, full of piss and vinegar, and I want to make my family proud. And that's what really packaging. It's a good cigar for the money. I remember that was the thing with Fuente. Good cigar for the money because they're very inexpensive. They make great cigars, but the packaging sucks. The packaging. He was not short on words, and so
what a difference. What a difference it made. You know,
it had an impact. It had an impact on my life. That's why when you mentioned Lou Rothman, I have the highest admiration and respect for him. And you know, he was simple with a white T-shirt always. White T-shirt, his jeans. He was, but a very, very powerful man in the world of cigars.
And in the words of Virginia Slims, the company's come a long way, baby. I mean, no one's touching your organization, as far as I'm concerned, as far as packaging and presentation. It is by far light years ahead of most people in this industry, and it's amazing stuff. But you know, when I was talking to him last night, because you mentioned how people talked about your father, there's still that 26-year-old me that got walked up to you, got walked up to Robbie Levine, got walked up to at that point Bill Sherman from Nat Sherman.
Yes, of course.
On the floor, you know, and Sal introduced me to all these people, and he was the first guy to introduce me to Lou. And now I'm that guy. I'm the old guy.
Not yet.
No, I'm the old guy in the room. And like, I go to the Great Smoke, and people want to come up and talk to me, and especially new retailers and it's like, it's just amazing, the circle of life of this transcendence that we go through, where we just evolve into what we looked at, and now all of a sudden we find ourselves that's who we are.
You mentioned the retailers come up to you, and you mentioned the PCA and everything, and you know, you go see the vendors and the manufacturers and everything. But I know, because retailers talk to me, and I know that you probably have more retailers that want to get information or get advice from you than the time you spend with your suppliers or people there in the industry. And you know what, Abe? You've earned it. You've earned it. You worked very hard. You're very intelligent. You've done the right thing. And that's who you are and where you're at because of that.
I try to pay it forward because I was blessed. I was really blessed. I met legends early in my career, like as a nobody. I mean, I had a 900 square foot store. Nobody knew who I was. No one knew my company. But Sal introduced me to all these people who, honestly, anytime I asked or I wanted advice or learned something, no one ever hesitated to give it. So I was really blessed to be exposed to so many people in the industry who were just pioneers, in my opinion. So I always try to pay it forward. I always try to give somebody at least the time that I can, you know, when they ask. I had somebody who just messaged me today. I don't even know who it was. Send me a messenger. He's opening up a new store. He's followed us or whatever. I said, look, we're in the middle of the Great Smoke. You know, if you want to reach out to me like in about 45 days, I'll be glad to give you some of my time and you know, let you pick my brain a little bit, because I was fortunate enough to have a lot of that. So I think you can't not be that way moving forward.
You know, aside from your business and your success, mentoring others will be your greatest legacy.
I hope
so too. Because I believe that.
That in my case.
The same way we were mentored by all the greats and all the people that were around and everything, you pay it forward. And that's that word that I mentioned earlier, gratitude.
Yeah, gratitude. And it's the truth. You know, it's what I think a lot of society is missing today is gratitude. I think it's missing from the world. I mean, I think the world honestly could use a lot more of it. It goes a long way. But I know you're busy. I don't want to take more of your time, Carlito. You know, I just want to thank you so much again, honestly, for this project and the honor of helping us in this milestone event of ours. I want to thank you for the time of getting on the air and talking.
On time.
Exactly on time, like perfectly on time. You were there.
Matter. On time is on time.
You were there. On time is on time.
He was there. Give Rich Dolak a call tomorrow and let him know that was on time.
I will. And I'm gonna take the cigar home for Brandy. So
enjoy.
She'll probably light it tonight. And I'll see you in almost a little less than 2 weeks.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm still nervous about that, but you'll see me. I'm walking there. It'll be great. But anyway, thank you both. Thank you all. I really appreciate this. This was enjoyable. I had fun. I'm so happy that I was able to get away from all the other things for a moment and to share these memories and everything with you. It means a lot to me, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
Right? Me too.
Yeah. It's a slow. I've been smoking this for let's see, what's the time? An hour and 7 minutes, and I'm only an inch into the cigar.
Yeah, this is.
We've been talking and everything, but it's just, I'm not gonna sleep tonight because this thing's gonna keep me up all night.
Me too. I already said that to myself. Me too.
Everybody's going to be very pleased. So thank you once again, Carlito, to all our fans who are following us and have enjoyed this tonight. This really epic conversation I had with a dear friend of mine and a legend in this industry, Carlito Fuente. It's been an honor. The next release, if you're keeping time on your calendars, will be February 18th. So you got about 14 days, and that will be the TGS release number 2 with Pete Johnson of the Twahi Cigars. So hopefully we'll see you all then. Until that time, everybody, thank you so much. Keep it lit.
Keep it lit.